Joining us now, Jim Pethokoukis, good friend of this program, money and politics columnist, a blogger at American Enterprise Institute, a CNBC contributor. Jimmy, do you believe these numbers?
These numbers, they vary a lot from month to month. I mean, we have to write stories and blog posts about the monthly numbers, but there's a huge amount of variation. It would not surprise me at all if next month we have a big jump up. I mean, Zandy's right. All the other indicators show that the economy is certainly stable, if not accelerating. So the 74,000 number, to me, I would ignore that number and see what happens next month. Again, I'm far more concerned about the fact that the size of the U.S. labor force, the number of people who either are employed or actively looking for a job, that continues to fall, which I think reflects sort of the inherent weakness in the labor market. That's number I would pay attention to, because that's not going to be influenced by the weather or any of that kind of stuff. Like the 74,000 number might be. That concerns me.
All right, let me just say, though, back in September of 2012, just before the election, the narrative that the Obama administration needed was, okay, things are improving. And all of a sudden comes this job report that shows that the jobless rate has dropped from 8.1 to 7.8. Everybody says, well, see, the economy is improving. Then came a little bit later some indication that perhaps some of the census data that went in to figure out those numbers had been sort of, well, I'll just use the word made up. And now we have a time where politically the Democratic mantra is unemployment benefits must be extended. We got to look out for the guys who are out there still trying to find work. And all of a sudden the number seems to back up that narrative. Does it not raise your eyebrows just a bit?
Not so much, just because I'm not a member of the, the administration can give the BLS a call and jimmy around with the numbers crowd.
Okay. And I mean, you focused on the people leaving the job market. I saw a stat on Friday that I think it was 380,000 left the job market in the month of December, according to these numbers, and that brings down the labor pool to 1978 numbers. It's like Jimmy Carter all over again, James Pethokoukis. I mean,
listen, we want people to work. Listen, we want people to work. We want people to be looking for work, and the unemployment number.
But who's we? Who's we? I mean, maybe you and I do, but from the administration, do you see any plan on the horizon that will actually get people to work? I mean, it seems to me all they talk about is benefits to help the people who are out of work.
Listen, there is not a grand plan. You're absolutely right, coming from this administration. If you're really worried about the economy, you want to grow faster and create more jobs, their policy trifecta of more tax increases, raising the minimum wage, and universal pre-K. I'm not sure what any of that has to do with creating more jobs. Remember, in 2013, we created about as many jobs as 2012, which was not great, but at least it didn't go down. But remember, what was the administration's big? Listen, we had these big tax increases. Why? I mean, why the heck would we have big tax increases at a time, which we did, when the economy is growing maybe 2%? Job growth is, slow at best. So I don't see the economic strategy there.
Our guest is James Pethokoukis, American Enterprise Institute, and you wrote just a couple of days ago about Marco Rubio's anti-poverty plan. Here we are acknowledging the 50th anniversary of the Great Society from Lyndon Johnson, and here's Marco Rubio coming out. Is it his new version of fixing the Great Society? Are we going to end poverty as we know it?
Listen, I think the Rubio plan, which is basically having these programs perhaps financed at the federal level, but run at the state level, where hopefully you're going to get a lot more efficiency and a lot more innovation from governors. I think that's a great idea. I think expanding the earned income tax credit to make to kind of bigger gap between the welfare state and the work state. I think that's fine. So I think Rubio had some good ideas, and I think Republicans shouldn't be afraid to talk about poverty. Because, listen, doesn't mean you have to stop talking about economic growth. I believe in the healing power of and. Let's talk about economic growth. Let's talk about job creation. But we also can talk about ways to targeted deal with poverty, just like we can talk about targeted ways to deal with unemployment, such as reforming how we give out unemployment insurance.
The healing power of and, Brian Wilson. Yeah. See, that's how you get to be Jimmy P.
Yeah, okay, but let's get down to the real question here, and that is, what did you think about Alex Trebek in his attempt at rapping?
Yeah, you won Celebrity Jeopardy there, didn't you?
Whoa. Whoa, I did not win Celebrity Jeopardy.
Oh, I'm sorry. You won DC Jeopardy.
Regular Jeopardy.
Oh, did you? Oh, I thought you were in.
I didn't like being a couple of Hollywood stars.
Oh, all right,
here.
Jimmy P. All right, hot shot then. Let's see.
I'm flabbergasted.
Wow. All right, then. Okay, fine. Bring it then. Let's see how you do. Let's see if you can answer, and make sure you do it in the form of a question. Here's Alex
Very
Trebek.
early in the morning.
Here it is.
Don't
Very
push
early in
me
the
because
morning.
I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head, rapped this pioneering grandmaster.
All right.
Can we have something on the Olympics?
Who is Grandmaster Flash?
I was
is
gonna
the
say
question.
Grandmaster
Here we go. This
Flash.
one.
I was going to say Grandmaster Flash.
In Nothing But a G Thing, this doctor rapped, never let me slip, because if I slip, then I'm slipping.
Jimmy P.
Can we have great economists of the 19th century?
Who is Snoop Dogg Dre? Snoop Dogg Dre is what we were looking for. I'm so sorry. So sorry, Jimmy P.
But we appreciate you playing.
I'm going to try harder next time.
You know what? You're going to get some turtle wax.
There's
Jimmy P, if you do
there's
this.
no
Lovely-
consolation
lovely
prize
party
here.
gift. Thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy.
All right, talk to you later.